Hi everybody, welcome to Trent Bridge, and I'll look at the fifth match in the NatWest One-Day Series between England and Australia, a series that England have already lost, of course. So what's in it for them? Well, pride is something of a cliche. England must find structure, they must find some rhythm, and they must find a whole lot better level of performance than we've seen in any of the previous four matches. They've started well. Andrew Strauss has won another toss. That's 9 out of 10 this summer, and all 5 tosses in this series so far. He's chosen to bat first in pretty good conditions. Now it's up to the batsman to make good that decision. Having lost the first 4 matches, England have 3 to play, and they can do so with an eye on the Champions Trophy. Their first match in South Africa in that trophy is on September the 25th against Sri Lanka, and there's plenty of those England players with a point to prove before then, notably Joe Denley. And Dimi Mascarenhas getting a one-off opportunity here because Luke Wright got injured when batting against the bowling machine. He was practicing facing 90 mph Yorkers, got slammed on the toe, and he's out of today's game. There's still no place in that England side, incidentally, for Graham Swan. Adil Rashid getting another opportunity. The Australians, they have just the one change. Brett Lee resting, also because of the Champions Trophy, says Ricky Ponting, so Peter Siddle gets his opportunity. Great placement, right at the top of the ball's bounce. Gorgeous stroke. Alex Stewart's alongside me.
Thank you, Mark, and a nice boundary for Andrew Strauss. Be very interested to see how he plays today, Strauss. He's got 63 and 64 to his name so far. Keeps talking about going on to a big total. Is today going to be the day?
Oh, get on. Brilliant time. Even better. 3 boundaries in the over. All of them little beauties, suggesting a very, very good batting pitch at Trent Bridge. Nice use of the feet. There's a measure of Joe Denley when he plays for Kent there, and if he can find that for England, then he's really going to offer something, because he's not shy. Oh, finger tipper, and ends up across the boundary rope. Michael Clarke was the diving fielder. Andrew Strauss is the profiting batsman. And that finds the space as well. My goodness me, Strauss is in form. Go get him. That's flown off the middle of the bat.
Oh, that's a good shot. He's been threatening to whack it, as Denley. Been trying to keep up with Strauss, who seems to be playing marvellously well. And there he's given himself room and smashed it on the up. Now Nathan Horrocks going to bowl from the pavilion end, the most successful bowler at Lords and the best bowler. And England didn't play him very well. Now this pitch probably shouldn't turn like it did at Lords. They've got to knock him around, not get stuck. 50 up for England, but that's not really special because they've scored at 5 to 6 and over nearly all the matches in the first 10 or 15 overs, and then they suddenly lost it and got stuck. Oh, that's a good shot now. I like that. Use of the feet by Andrew Strauss. An authentic cricket shot as well, over the top, past the bowler, rather than slogging across the line. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, and I don't like that. What is going on? He's giving him out anyhow, but there could have been a double whammy there, run out and LBW. I mean, why play a shot like that? Self-destructs every time. Straight after the 4 hit, he did this at Lords too. This is not Andrew Strauss. He's in the best form of his life. That might have touched his glove, but very difficult to see for the umpire.
In fact, he did just get a bottom edge, I think, before the ball hit the pad, so you can't be out LBW properly in that sort of way, but nevertheless, it was a bad shot. 61 for 1. Strauss gone for 35. Should have been a lot more.
Terrible throw. There was hardly a chance of running the batsman. And Mitchell Johnson shows it so wide, the keeper can't stop it. Nobody's backing up.
Bopara away with a useful 5.
Oh, that's a super shot. You couldn't play one much better than that, young Denley. That's as gorgeous as you'll see.
It's 4 runs. Joe Denley making full use. Ricky Ponting deciding to take the fielding power play after 15 overs. So 3 fielders outside the inner circle. Very nicely timed by Ravi Bopara. Just got a cross onto his off stump. Mitchell Johnson going a little bit too straight. Bopara going to make a little bit of room there. All he's done is miss the ball, but this is such an important period of play for England. The captain Andrew Strauss got their one form player. It's important that the 2 youngsters, Denley and Bopara, bat well, bat long, post a total that England feel that they can defend. He's picked it up, Ravi Bopara. He's picked out Nathan Horrocks. And I'm sorry, that is not good enough from Bopara. He's done all the hard work. He's got England into a decent position. 95 for 1. He's taken an unnecessary risk. Hasn't taken on responsibility.
Well, it reflects his lack of confidence. I mean, he's trying to pick up the length of the ball, which is perfectly all right. And in form, probably playing for Essex, he'd whop it into the stands. But there's no timing. And ever since he's come back into this side, having been left out of the Test side, he's looked a shadow of the cricketer we saw at the start of the summer. 95 for 2 now.
He's chipped it. Probably just wide. No, straight down the throat of deep square leg. That is a rather unfortunate error for Joe Denley, because he was playing well. He was playing within himself. And suddenly he's just holed out there unnecessarily and put England in a little bit of trouble.
Well, I don't think it's unnecessary. I think it's a mistake. You can see the man out there. He just flipped it anywhere. Once you flip it in the air, you give the fielder a chance to run a long way and make the catch. That's 45. That's disappointing, because he was in and not gone on. And England are now 105 for 3.
That's 4 to O.A. Shah. Just a little bit wide from Mitchell Johnson, using the pace, Shah, pretty well. It was in the air, just wide of Michael Clarke, but going at a rate of knots in the first 4 for 8 overs. Wow, that's a pretty good shot. That is not only the shot of the day, possibly the shot of the tournament from O.A. Shah. It's in front of square. It's gone like a tracer. 118 for 3 England are after 25 overs, halfway through the innings, and it's a familiar story, that run chart. A really quite fluent start by Strauss and Denley, some quite big overs, but then gradually the scoring rate declining after the 16th over, when the fielders are moved out and the spinners come on. That flurry at the end, though, from O.A. Shah is just giving England a bit of hope. Oh, that's good. That's beaten the backward point, so Pryor getting into the act as well with a boundary. Shot. Very well played by Matt Pryor. That gave himself a lot of room against Michael Clarke, and managed to get that ball in between the 2 fielders, the one deep point and the one backward of point. Big innings for OS Shah, this, to try and kick on from these 20s and 30s he's been making in the England middle order. And that's another single to get England to 149 for 3. They've set the platform now. 20 overs remaining. Can they convert it into something substantial?
Welcome back to Trent Bridge, where England have had the usual shudder after the loss of Andrew Strauss. Having said that, Matt Pryor and OS Shah have set about rebuilding things, and with some effect. 149 for 3 now from 30 overs. They do say you double your score in the final 20 if you're batting well. Well, 8 and over from here brings England past 300. Cracking stroke made by the footwork. And it has to be said, a lovely free swing of the arms. Oh, dear me. Oh, Matty Pryor, please. The silence around the ground tells you all that you need to know about that moment.
I think credit to the bowler, because he got a little bit of turn, he drew him down the wicket, and a little dip there, just beat the edge. This was lovely flight and spin there from Hurrits, and actually good work as well by the keeper too, just to whip off the bails. Pryor gone again with the job half done. 37, 165 for 4.
It's not always easy to see a spinner's skill in one-day cricket. Watch the way Nathan Horrocks draws Matt Pryor into that cover drive, sees there's a gap, so the next ball he takes a little bit off it, dips it and loops it, beats his man in the flight. Shane Warne always says it's not what it does, but it's how it gets there. And Nathan Horrocks, a beautiful example against Matt Pryor.
Oh, that could be out or out of the field, and it's out of the field for 6. He must have timed that absolutely superbly. Just a little flip from Morgan, that was. Oh, that's a good slog. The fielder's in, power play's on, and he just whacked it straight over the top. Out. Simple as that. First ball from Mitchell Johnson's new spell, and it was never really there to hit. Well, the batsman gets going here, and look what happens. You look at the length. It's never there to hit front foot to back foot, and so he stood up playing a sort of nothing shot. It's not forward or back, and it's another batsman gets in and gets out for 31, 192 for 5. Well, Mascarenhas is going to receive his first ball. He's in for the injured Luke Wright. Oh, good ball, hit him straight on the head. Like it. Oh, he's hit that well. What a shot. My goodness me, he's a little fella, but when he hits it, this Morgan, it really does disappear. Oh, that's a boundary. That's a sweet shot, is that? Now, that's carefully played. He knew exactly what he was doing there. Oh, well, he's bounced him again, and Mascarenhas has hit this one well. I think he should have bounced him straight away after he hit him on the head and not waited till Mascarenhas has had a few balls. Oh, now, this could be out. This could be out. Oh, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. Hussey prides himself on being an excellent catcher, and he is. He had it, lost it, had it, and out it went. Oh, well played. That was a good shot, very cleverly. Watson tried to pitch it up wide of off stump, very full. And Mascarenhas was up to it. He steered that. Oh, out. As simple as that. But no blame to Mascarenhas. He's been part of this good partnership that's got England quite a few runs.
Mascarenhas can be excused here, trying to cash in off that very last ball. Slower ball, quite middle it thick inside edge court at mid-wicket. 45 runs off the 5 overs of power play. England's most productive time in the 5 matches to date. Mascarenhas walks off 230 for 6 at the end of the 42nd over. Brilliant shot by Morgan. He's been quite outstanding today. That's his 3rd 6. He's now moved on to 50. That's 52 not out of just 37 balls. Four from Broad. This is really good batting by England's lower order. Morgan is carrying them through, but Broad is playing his part. Very nicely played again by Stuart Broad. He's playing on his home ground. He's used to the pace of the pitch. Brilliant by the Australian captain, Ricky Ponting. To me, that looked out. Broad has dived in. There's not many better in the world today than Ricky Ponting.
Well, there's no one better, Alec. I mean, and what's more, he practiced this hour upon hour upon hour. And he does batsmen by yards. Goodbye, Stuart Broad. An excellent 22 he made, but Ponting has struck. It's 267 for 7.
Wonderful, wonderful batting. 1 bounce, 4. Call that the switch hits, the reverse sweep slog almost. He's tried it again, and this time he's come unstuck. Good batting. He's walked off for 58. Owen Morgan, he's been very, very pleased with himself.
Clever of Bracken to give him his foul ball again. I reckon Morgan thought he'd have more pace to use there, and Bracken outthought him. Still, it's a hugely promising performance. One of the bright points so far in the series. 58 he made. It's 272 for him.
He hasn't seen that at all at gully line. Cameron White didn't pick it up in the sun. Tim Bresnan off the mark with a boundary. Well, that's out. Tim Bresnan has played a proper cricket shot. Just hit the ball in the air. Just found extra cover. Bracken took a straightforward waist-high catch.
Well, brutal criticism says that England have been slightly careless in the last 10-15 minutes, and what should have been a score touching on 300 is now in danger of collapsing to 280. 278 for 9 now.
That's very nice. Abdul Rashid just clears his front foot, which opens himself up. He hit it on the leg side. On this occasion, Johnson's bowled a ball across him. He's got it over the gully line. And it's the same again. Same result. 4 very important runs for England. And it's in the air, and that's a few more as well. That's 4 more. Just a little bit of top spin off the top edge.
Rashid on strike to Mitchell Johnson. That's a wide down the leg side, surely. Surely a wide to be signalled by Asad Rauf. Yep. Amazing, isn't it, how things suddenly turn and go your way, almost from nothing. Oh, dear. Oh, it's out. Very good work from Tim Payne, running out Adil Rashid. It means that England don't quite make 300, but Australia will need 300 to win the game. England bowled out in exactly 50 overs for 299. And yet again we see an England card where so many people get in but don't go on to get the big score we usually associate with helping to form a big total. On this occasion, many have contributed. Owen Morgan gave the impetus in the middle, and then Stuart Broad and Adil Rashid had fun at the end to combine to make 299 for England. A wicket each for Siddle and Bracken, 2 each for Johnson, Watson and Horrocks, but clearly the Australians missed Brett Lee at the end there. 300 then for the Australians to win it. Let's hear from Simon Hughes.
England have tended to lose their way at the second half of these one-day innings in this series, but Owen Morgan's impressive contribution today made sure that they didn't, and that they profited from good foundations. He's a perky player who began very well with a neat little dink from his first ball for 2 down to fine leg, a little deft sweep. And there's something about Neil Fairbrother, the former Lancashire and England left-hander, in the way he plays, square of the wicket on both sides with quite a wristy flick. Notice quite an orthodox method. He keeps pretty still at the crease as the bowler bowls. He's got a lowish, compact back lift, and he keeps his head upright and very still before the bowler delivers, but then clinically guides the ball into gaps square of the wicket to pick up runs. There's also power later in his innings. That, again, was quite a Fairbrother-like flick off his toes for 6 over square leg. Good bat speed here to pull that one over mid-wicket for 6. And with this 6 here over deep mid-wicket, he doubled England's 6 count in the series. Later, there was a bit of invention too. This is his switch hit shot. He also plays the pancake shot back over the batsman's head and back over the wicketkeeper's head too. And it's a premeditated shot, but he does leave his decision quite late. You can see just there, as the bowler's about to deliver, he changes his grip and just turns the blade inwards slightly. And then an incredible position here, getting into the position for the switch hit with the bat right back behind his shoulders like a right-hander would, and actually in the end hitting it one-handed like a hurling player, and that's what he was brought up like. He tried it in the end once too often. With his Irish background, he's pretty good at hurling, and he just didn't come off at the end. But it was a perky contribution from Morgan, 58 from just 41 balls, piloting England to 299. The batsmen have done well. Now can the bowlers defend it?
Hello again from Trent Bridge. We're just hitting the twilight point of the evening as the Australian batsmen come out to the middle, needing 300 to win the game. Andrew Strauss will be urging his men to find something far better than they found at any stage in the series so far. Conditions good. Honours about even thus far.
Edged and flying between first and quite a wide second or third slip for Australia's first boundary. He's gone for that one, Shane Watson, and he's really nailed it. Just short of 6. Not all that short from Stuart Broad. Pulverised into the deep mid-wicket area by Watson.
Australia will come out attacking, trying to chase down a 300. But it's vital from the England point of view that they strive to take wickets early on.
Picked off his hip there by Tim Payne and well wide of Adil Rashid at long leg. Oh dear. Well, that's horrible. It's really quite annoying if you're the bowler. Lovely for the batsman, of course.
Jimmy Mascarenhas has come in for the injured Luke Wright. That's not a great start.
That's going to be 4. Unlucky. The man at long leg inside the circle, so no margin of error on the leg stump. That's 4 more. Just managed to get the bounce to clear the backward point field of Morgan, who's quite small anyway. He's got onto that, Watson. That's the first time that Sidebottom has conceded a boundary. It wasn't a bad ball, but really it's a bit of a game of 2 ends at the moment. Sidebottom's just conceded 10 runs from his 3.5 overs. Broad's gone for 31 from 4.
Well, streaky. Tim Bresnan's first ball. He didn't deserve that, but I think there'll be a few more to come. They'll have to take 1 or 2 risks, will Australia, to get up to this total. I suppose it's bound to happen eventually when you play a few shots. Payne's done quite well, but Bresnan bounced him there. I don't think he was expecting that, but it gets up high, right on the splice of the bat.
It's a pretty even Steven start this at the moment. The Australians 45 for 1. Beautiful straight drive to get going. Ricky Ponting almost striding into the ball, showing his confidence. It's only the second ball that he's faced. Wonderful talent from Ricky Ponting. Imagine that, he's just come to the crease. Fifth ball that he's faced, and England, without any slip fielders, are found out. Brilliant cricket, and it's gone a long, long way. I mean, we've heard something above us, I reckon, in the middle level of this stand. Ponting got all of it.
Well, it's the footwork that made this. Watch the footwork, very quick. Give yourself just a little bit of room. Just a lofted straight drive.
Tim Bresnan's bowling a handy spell here into his third over. He's already picked up the wicket of Tim Payne. He gets his chance, of course, because Andrew Flintoff is out of the side injured. Andrew Flintoff is the centre of a great deal of conversation today. He's just announced that he won't accept England's offer of an incremental contract. In fact, he's going to go freelance. Raises all sorts of issues, Geoffrey. I don't know what you make of it.
Well, I wouldn't accept an incremental contract of £25,000 that allows my employer, which would be the ECB, to tell me when and where I could play my cricket. He's only got a little bit of time left, and he wants to be free to do whatever he wants, play wherever he wants, and earn quite a bit of money. And nobody can come back at him and say, well, that's just being money orientated, because the chief executive of the ECB, Collier, and the chairman, Jazz Clark, are all money orientated. That's all they're interested in, is making money, not what is quality cricket or what is the best for the game. And while I'm talking, that's 4.
It's a super stroke from Ricky Ponting, who, of course, is associated with the Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL. It'll give Flintoff a chance to play not just in the IPL, but for anybody, you'll have him. The only rider on all of this, I suppose, is if he were ever to choose a cricket team instead of England. So say, for example, at the start of next summer there was an opportunity for Flintoff to play one-day cricket for England and he got the chance to freelance elsewhere and chose to. What would you do then about his position in the England side?
I would ask him if his first choice is going to be England when England play, providing they pay him a proper amount of money. And if his first choice is not going to be England and he wants to go and play other places, I would say good luck to you, but I won't be picking you anymore for England.
That must be out. Couldn't be an easier catch, really. Watson is furious with himself. He just got stuck. Didn't get much of the strike. And suddenly back-to-back wickets. A very good spell of bowling this by England. Tim Bresnan has played his part.
Well, I think they're trying hard to keep up with the 6 runs and over at Australia. And while they're doing that against quite good bowling, they're going to lose wickets. Instead of playing an innings that can get a good partnership going together, probably slightly less runs, but keeping wickets in hand. They're in a bit of trouble now. Watson for 36 gone. Australia 76 for 2.
Unbelievable stroke. I mean, you could watch that all day long. Fractionally overpitched and just punished mercilessly.
Well, Matt Pryor thinks he saw something move there, but there doesn't seem to be anybody else. There's only him sort of thinking it may be out. They've gone to the third umpire here. Let's watch Ricky Ponting's foot. Yes, it does slide forward past the line, but it's back. No, that's back. Now, Adil Rashid. Oh dear. He's starting as he bowled at Lords. He's very tense at Lords. That's a wide. Has to be. Oh, that could be a few. Timed it so well. Yep, he has. Michael Clarke, first time he's really got one in the meat of the bat.
Just such a fine player of spin, Michael Clarke. Just a couple of paces down the pitch, giving himself a little bit of room, hit with the spin. Oh, that was a chance. That was hit hard. But when it's Ponting, you've got to hang on to it. Captain to captain. Andrew Strauss will be very, very sore. And just chipped over the infield by Ricky Ponting. Again, absolutely no risk. Proper cricket shot. He's waited. Mascarenas has bowled nicely. He's waited for that ball, chipped it over the infield for 4, which takes him on to 50 off just 51 balls, 7 4s and 1 6. Australia in a great position.
Halfway point in this Australian reply, 129 for 2 they are, just marginally ahead of where England were at the same stage. The noticeable feature about this run chart is that there are a few tight overs by England, but soon afterwards there's a high scoring over. They've never got totally bogged down, the Australians. Somehow England need to string some tight overs together to really put them under pressure.
Streaky, very, very streaky. There's a shout of catch it, but there's no fielder there. It's a second boundary, last 2 balls. That's 4 more. Australia in a real roll now. It's the 3rd boundary, just the last 4 deliveries. Parra being brought on to keep it tight. Oh, something similar to Mascarenas, not having the right results. So easy. No problems, no concerns. This is just a wonderful exhibition of controlled batting by the best player Australia have produced since Sir Donald Bradman. Andrew Strauss, England's captain, just now going to his main bowler, his main strike bowler, Stuart Broad, will be saying we need a wicket. The longer it goes on, the longer Strauss will be thinking it could be 5-0.
Well, the English bowling attack looking increasingly pedestrian, and that quick 2 there, although slightly risky second, brings up the 100 partnership between Ponting and Clarke. .50 to Michael Clarke, a sparky half-century in support of his captain. 116 the partnership between Ponting and Clarke. 192 for 2 Australia. Need another 108 runs to win from 15.2 overs. It looks as if they're coasting. Can England bite away and try and make a game of it?
Welcome back to a lovely scene at Trent Bridge. The floodlights are on, so's the Australian run chase. The Australians now 192 for 2, needing a further 108 to win from 92 balls. That's a rate that's gone above 7 and over for the first time. Ricky Ponting has 85 and Michael Clarke 50.
Big hit from Ponting. Has he got all of it? Yes, he has. Into the pavilion. 1 bounce after clearing the rope and into the members. Magnificent shot from Ponting, who's not put a foot wrong today with the bat. There he goes again, and is that even better? It's majestic. And into the new stand for a second 6, heading for his 27th one-day 100.
That's a consummate 100 from Ricky Ponting. We've seen every stroke and a man in complete control, not just of his own game, but of the opposition.
It's been a pleasure just to watch him, the way he's constructed his innings from his very first ball. No risks, proper cricket shots. He's shown everyone here, including the England players, exactly what can be done when you apply your talent. Very well played, Ricky Ponting.
Now then, yes. A little mistake from Michael Clarke. He had so much time to play the stroke that in the end he was maybe a touch early on it. Oh, as Shah takes the catch, does that give England a sniff?
209 for 3 in the 37th over. Michael Clarke, the man gone, caught Shah, bowled Rashid for 52.
Jeez, he's hit that hard. What? Michael Hussey's been out there for just 3 balls. And he's had the chance to pounce, and let's just say he did. God, can you believe it? England need things like that to go their way. When the ball's in the air, it must go to hand. This is still a winnable match. In fact, the rate is now 6.9 and over, having got down to 6.6. That might be the one. It is. Ryan Sidebottom takes it. Michael Hussey goes, and a really well-deserved wicket for Dimi Mascarenhas.
Game on now. England will be thinking that they're right back in this. Yes, Ricky Ponting, the captain, is still there. Michael Hussey, senior player for Australia, has gone. Sidebottom, Mascarenhas, he's gone for 6. Australia now 226 for 4.
No, you cannot let the ball through your legs. You can't do it at the best of times or the worst of times, and you certainly can't do it when Ricky Ponting's trying to win a game for Australia against you. And that will also go for 4. Power play taken. The start of the 44th over. We have 5 overs where only 3 fielders may be outside the inner ring. What about that one? Yep. Now then, full and straight works for Stuart Broad. And it gets a roar from all the crowd still here at Trent Bridge.
Stuart Broad may only be 23, but he's got a very, very mature head on those young shoulders. He's set a decent field. He's played a little game with Ferguson, and Broad has won it. 255 for 5 in the 44th over.
That's the problem with the tactic against somebody who's in and so talented. This tactic that Broad uses to bowl wide and full outside off stump from around the wicket creates an angle where you can use the pace of the ball, and there's a perfect example of Ponting doing that. Now this ought to be caught. It really ought to be. It is caught. Well, of all the things we didn't think would happen, I think that's it. Ponting pretty much giving his wicket away and turning it into a rather thrilling last 20 minutes or so here at Trent Bridge.
England right back in it. 261 for 6. 44 overs gone. Ricky Ponting, what an innings. 126 of just 109 deliveries.
Oh no. Do you know, that is so frustrating. Oh, don't tell me that's running for 4 as well. I fear it is. 8 runs from nothing. Well, I don't know about the tactic. I really don't. You can't bowl full tosses to the best players. White's in ripping form after his 100 at the Rose Bowl. Doesn't carry. There was a shout of catch it. In truth, I don't think there was much that Adil Rashid could have done. It was a good yard in front of him. What a shot. Johnson had the skill to cream a cover drive. Whoops, this time Mascarenhas the guilty party, and too many examples of indifference tonight from England. That's a better stop. He got a hit direct, but England miss. That's Adil Rashid at extra cover. Australia needing just 8 now. That's 4. That's too good. Simple as that. That's Cameron White at his best. That's what he does. He can just land his front foot down the pitch and hit through the line of the ball. Frustration is written all over Andrew Strauss's face. 43 came from that power play of 5 overs. And that, with 4 to win, does the trick. A fantastic strike. And Australia win the game by 4 wickets, and they do so with 10 balls to spare. 5-0 now in the series. Enormous frustration for Andrew Strauss. There were good things there tonight. Plenty that will have driven him close to crazy as well. A run chase built around the Australian captain with a near perfect innings of 126 from 109 balls. The only shock was when he got out. Michael Clarke made 52, and when a little acceleration was needed at the end there, it came from Cameron White and Mitchell Johnson. Wickets for Broad, for Bresnan, for Mascarenhas, for Rashid, though oddly enough Ryan Sidebottom was probably the most reliable of that England attack. That's where we are then. 299 England, 302 for 6 Australia, winning by 4 wickets and leading the series 5-0. Ricky Ponting is with me now. Let's talk about you first. We can safely assume that a 2-week break worked.
Yeah, it probably has, hasn't it? I actually felt like I was in pretty good touch at Lords as well. I didn't touch a bat while I was at home, so I worked pretty hard at Southampton and leading into the Lords game to get some quality batting under my belt before the 2 games that I've played. So I felt really good today. I had a really good session yesterday in the nets and worked hard on a few different things there. And from pretty much the first ball today, I felt like I was in control and almost in cruise control. So those, I was just saying about to end, those sort of innings don't come around that often, so you've got to make sure you capitalise on them and make the most of them while you can.
Having said that, when you got out, did you just begin to wonder?
I didn't give me to wonder. I had confidence in White and Johnson and those guys coming in. I mean, the run rate wasn't much above, it was about a run a ball. So the thing I was frustrated at, I'd waited all day for the power play and wanted to cash in with the newish ball with the power play overs and got out in the first over. So that's what I was most disappointed about. But yeah, White showed good maturity again, I thought, to finish things off. And we all know how dangerous Mitchell can be at the end.
Are you surprised by how easy this is suddenly becoming?
Oh, it's not easy. When you got to chase 300, you have to play well to do it. You know, we've had a couple of guys play exceptionally well today. We're probably a little bit off with the ball and a little bit off in the field, and we've got to adapt and adjust better than that on Thursday. So yeah, it's never easy. Whenever you've got to chase a total like that, it's hard work.
A perfect setup for the Champions Trophy.
It's heading that way, yeah. I mean, I spoke to the guys yesterday before training about that exact thing, and but I don't want to tinker with things too much, and I want to keep building on the momentum that we started through the first 4 games, and now it's through the first 5 games. So it's important for us to finish off strong here and head to South Africa with a lot of confidence.
All right, thanks very much for your time. Well played. Terrific performance by the Australians. 5-0 up in the series.